Hello and welcome to Greatness Radio. I am your host, Monica Carter Tagore, bringing you information, inspiration, and occasionally even interviews to help you show up at your best. When you've made the decision to go for your own greatness, this is the place to be. Let's get to it. You don't have to prove you matter. Whether it's the fact that you've already stop thinking about your hopes, your goals, your dreams, or your aspirations. In fact, whether your dreams don't even cross your mind anymore, what you think of yourself actually plays a role in how successful you become. Because while there are many factors to achievement, while there are many factors to living out our hopes, our goals, our dreams, our aspirations, one of the biggest factors is what we believe of ourselves, what we believe. And if what we believe of ourselves is negative, it's possible that those thoughts may just have deep roots. And so it's up to us to dig them out and replace them with something better. Your mom may have told you you weren't wanted. And your dad may act as if you just simply don't exist. People from where you grew up, they mostly may end up doing pretty much nothing with their lives. And others may expect the same of you. Or that may not be your challenge. Your challenge may be the fact that possibly someone you trusted, someone you really looked up to, someone you counted on may have taken advantage of you. All of these may have fed into just what you believe of yourself today. And that negativity just may be pushing you in an awful way. In fact, it may be bearing down on your mind. It may be almost suffocating you in how it's just covering you right now, covering your life, covering your perception of who you are. You may have internalized the negative messages from others. You may have internalized those messages to somehow determine your own self-worth, your own value. And so you may be convinced that you just can't cut it, that you are nothing because somebody told you you'll never amount to anything, that you are invisible because somebody ignored you, that you are bad because nobody ever saw you're good. You may have internalized all of that. But I'm here to tell you that you are more than that. If you don't believe you'll ever amount to anything, if you don't believe you're deserving, if you don't believe you have what it takes, then you won't accomplish whatever the thing is that you set out to do. Even if you go through the motions of setting it as a goal, as a dream, as a vision even if you go through the motions and tell yourself, I believe in this, you still won't. Because if you don't believe you're deserving of that thing, if you don't believe that you are worthy of that thing, you won't receive that thing. You won't create that thing in your life. So this is the one message you need to take in. This is the one message that I want to share with you right now. You are enough. I'll repeat it. You are enough. That's it. You, with your flaws, with your mistakes of the past, with your embarrassing moments, with your hair that never does what you want it to do, with your weight that doesn't get to quite the place you desire, with your quirks, you are enough. You don't have to prove you belong here. You don't have to convince anyone you matter. You don't even have to do anything to deserve the space you take up. You are enough. Simply because you showed up. You are enough simply because you showed up. Yes, you. It was against the odds that you were even born. Two people had to come together in that particular moment in time. It couldn't have been 5 minutes earlier, 5 minutes later. It couldn't have been on a different day. It had to be at the exact moment it happened. And from there, against possibly incredible physical odds. I don't know, maybe your mom's body fought against the pregnancy, causing her to be sick throughout. Or maybe when you were born, you struggled. Or maybe any number of other circumstances happened that could have taken you out. But they did not. Regardless of all that, you made it. You are here. And because you are here, You are worthy. You are enough. You are worthy of the space you take up. You are worthy of the opportunity of life. You are worthy of every good thing. Breathe that in. And now comes the second part of the message that I have for you today. The first part is you are enough. The second part is this: you can do more. That's it. You can do more. You are enough, and you can do more. In fact, you can do more despite or because of your past and all the hard times you've endured. You are enough. You are worth being here because you made it. And because you made it, you can do more with your life than what you're doing. Yeah, I know there are plenty of reasons why you haven't amounted to much, or why you haven't quite made it the way you once dreamed. I get that. I know there are so many reasons. You came from a bad childhood. Your parents were not star parents. In fact, maybe they were quite awful. You were abused. You were made to feel worthless and less than, and in a way no child ever should. Or maybe as an adult, you were mistreated and your feelings trampled on by people who did not appreciate you. I get it. And I acknowledge it. And to put it inelegantly, what happened to you sucks. There's no other way to explain it. It was just awful. It was unfortunate. It was awful. It was horrible. You didn't deserve it. I acknowledge that. And going with that, I say that you have every right to still feel the sting of the hurt, to nurse it, to just almost wallow in it. You have that right. If you came from a background of low expectations, you have every right to meet the low expectations of your environment. If you have never seen a good role model, you have every right to fall prey to the typical behaviors that not knowing any better can produce. If you suffered a great tragedy, you have every right to feel lost in that moment. Nobody can tell you how to feel. We feel the way we feel. It's the human response. But to get stuck in that place, making bad decisions because of what was done to you, that gives that thing power over you. And you can do better than that. You can do more with your life because of or in spite of what happened to you. Don't give that thing any more power over you. Don't let it cripple you. Don't let it paralyze you. Don't let it handicap you. Don't let that terrible thing to cause you to be stuck in your life. This is the deal. And maybe you didn't know it before, but I'm telling you here now. There is no perfect life, despite what you believe. I know you may look at your friends' lives. You may look at the lives of people you idolize. You may look at the lives of people on television. You may look at the lives of people you read about on websites or in books, and you may think, oh, they have the perfect life, or their lives are amazing, so on and so forth. But there is no perfect life, period. Every single person, if he or she lives long enough, will experience pain. It's just an inevitable condition of life. It's simply inevitable. It's unavoidable. Pain is an inevitable condition of life. And so maybe you've already experienced your pain and you've somehow gotten on the other side of it. Now what do you do with it? Or maybe you're in the midst of your pain right now. It is just almost wrenching out your guts. It is just taking your breath away. That pain is very real, is very palpable. It is what you're living with on a daily basis. What are you going to do with it? Because this is the deal. Whatever the case, some people's pain is so deep that it just makes them question their very existence, their very self-worth, and it kills their ability to thrive and to do more. Their pain causes them to wonder if they're worthy of anything. Their pain causes them to doubt that they should even be here. Their pain causes them to think they're not enough. Their pain. So if you're in a place of pain right now, or if you've been through it in a place of pain and you're wondering just what you're to do with that, just know that that pain does not diminish who you are. That because you went through that painful experience, that does not somehow mean that you are less than because, or that you are somehow unworthy of the space you take up or unworthy of life. No, that pain is just one of the experiences of your earth journey. But maybe pain isn't the thing holding you back. Maybe it's complacency. You just feel no particular urgency to do more. You're content to sleepwalk through your life. In your case, maybe you get up each day and you go to the same boring job and you come home and eat the same boring food and you veg out to the same boring shows. You are wasting your life on nothing at all. No real joy, no happiness, no contribution. And really, is that the best you can do? I know it's not. So whether pain causes you to doubt just who you are and causes you to not want to rise to your higher level of your life, or whether it's complacency, know that in either instance, you can rise above whatever your current circumstances. You can do more. You can do more because your pain doesn't determine your future. Neither does your past. Your past doesn't determine your future. Your pain doesn't determine your future. You get to determine your future by what you choose to do with your present. And in fact, I want to share a couple of different examples with you. There are a few examples that I shared in a blog post that I wrote on this same topic. And in one of those, it was about a news story that many of us in the United States saw at the time. It was about a man from Detroit who walked 21 miles every day, 5 days a week to his factory job. Yes, you heard me right, 21 miles. And he had perfect attendance, hadn't missed a day. His car had stopped working on him 10 years ago, but he valued his job and what he was contributing there. And so he just started walking to work. He would leave home at 8 o'clock in the morning so that he could get to work for his 2 o'clock in the afternoon shift. Then when he left at 10, he would make the trek back home, getting home at something like 4 a.m. Rest a little, get up to do it all over again the next day. And this was a man who any one of us could have understood if he had quit that job, or if he was constantly absent, or just stopped working under those circumstances. We all could have understood if he just couldn't make it, if he didn't make it. Because, to walk to and from work 21 miles every day, who does that? But he chose to do it. He made it happen because he realized he could do more. So don't say what you can't do. When life presents something to you, you have the choice. Can you do this or can you not do this? Will you do this or will you not do this? In this instance, he chose to do it. He chose to show up at work every day despite the tremendous hardship to himself. He chose to do a remarkable thing. I remember seeing a TED Talk by William Campwamba. And he was about 14 years old at the time. He had invented a windmill to power his family's appliances. And he later constructed a solar-powered water pump to bring fresh water to his African village in Malawi. That was tremendous. He was a young kid whose family had nothing, less than nothing. But he saw a way to be innovative. He saw a way to be creative. He saw a way to somehow turn his imagination, his education, his energy into power, so that his family could have energy. His family will be able to power their appliances. And what he did was just truly amazing. Anybody could have understood if he didn't do much with his imagination, if he did what typical 14-year-olds may do, and he's just wandering through life, not really sure of what to do at that young, tender age. But no, he was very focused. He was very determined. He saw that he could do more, even with his circumstances, even with his life. he could do more. And he did. He constructed solar-powered water pumps to bring fresh water to his African village. He could do more. And he did. We have all heard the story of Malala. We know that she was a young advocate for girls' education in Pakistan when she was shot in the head at the age of 15 by the Taliban. She was someone who was going to school and she was speaking out on the importance of girls being allowed to be educated. She rejected, she didn't internalize the message that girls received in that culture, that they weren't worthy of schooling or much of anything else. Instead, she saw her worth and the worth of the girls around her, and she spoke out about that and almost paid with her life. She didn't have to do what she did, but within her culture and within her context and within her vision of herself, she saw that she could do more. She could do more with what she was given, and she did more. She did do more, and today we know her name. And there are girls all over who are benefiting from the efforts that she made, who are benefiting from the sacrifices she made, who are benefiting from the decisions she made to do more. And see, I share these examples because none of these people came from privilege, but each of them did an extraordinary thing. Each realized the opportunity he or she had to make life count, to do more with what was given. The tough time you're going through is not there to break you. I promise you it's not. It's not there to break you, but maybe it can be your breakthrough. It can be the opportunity for you to recognize that you are here for a reason, that you are worthy, that you are enough, and that this moment calls for you to do something great. Maybe that's what your hard time is there for. Maybe that's what your past is for. Maybe that's what your pain is for. But most people will yield to the ordinary life, whatever is going on. They'll be burdened by their buried dreams and their dashed hopes. They'll be burdened by the disappointments that have come before. They'll be burdened by the weight of being ordinary and common. But that does not have to be your life. It does not have to be you, because you know now that you are enough and you can do more with what you've been given. You now know that you are better than what others have made you to believe. And now that you know better, you've got to do something better. It's not about where you started. Others, quite frankly, have started with less. It's about where you go from here, from this day forward. Don't beat yourself up over the mistakes you've already made, the time that you feel has already been wasted. Don't beat yourself up over the fact that you have packed away your dreams, that you have packed away your hopes and your goals and your aspirations. Don't beat yourself up over that, but now give yourself another chance. Give your hopes, your goals, your dreams, your aspirations another shot. Dust them off. Revive them. Prop them up. Go forward now. And so I ask, what dream does your heart hold? Underneath the hardship, the pain, and the struggle, what ability, what message, what idea, or what knowledge has life given you so that you can share it with the world? Don't be afraid to make real changes as you work to allow your past or your pain to no longer hold you hostage. If you need to seek the help of a professional, do that. If you need to let go of some relationships, do that. If you need a fresh start, do that. You can reclaim your life starting now. I've been through some things I certainly didn't like enduring, but I have chosen to use my life's experiences for something greater than the things I've been through. I've chosen to build a business around my abilities that draws on my expertise honed through experience, sometimes painful experience, and that brings joy to my heart. I love being able to help others to turn their struggles and their lessons that they've learned from those struggles into books and brands and other tools to touch lives. I absolutely love it. I get to turn my past and my pain into something promising and into something that is helpful to the world. You can do the same. Use what you have. Be who you are. Shine in your imperfect brilliance. Only you can make the choice to write a different future. It's time for you to live and breathe your greatness. You are enough, and you can do more. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to go to iTunes and subscribe. And tell a friend too, so they can live and breathe their greatness. And for more free information, inspiration, and ideas, be sure to go to monicacartertagore.com/greatness-newsletter and join the newsletter so that you get all of my best strategies, ideas, and information on freeing your greatness. In fact, go there now and you can get the Greatness Starter Collection, which is 3 free resources to inspire and inform you on your path to greatness. You have it in you? Go on. Set your greatness on fire.